Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn Biographyology. Today, the Blessed Virgin Mary. And after we've done that, we're going to do neck stretching. And if you participate in the neck stretching, then it's at your own risk. And this is part 3, so the third time that we're reading about the Blessed Virgin Mary. And we're still continuing now with the preparation for our presentation. What we all here have as information about the Blessed Virgin Mary. Now, it was a little complicated, it is a little complicated to learn all the feast days and so on, so we're still there basically with memorizing. And the first one is August the 15th, and that is Assumption. And then there is February 2nd, there's September the 8th. August the 15th, that is Assumption, and September the 8th, that is Nativity of the Virgin Mary. And then there's March the 15th, that is when Annunciation, and February the 2nd, that is when Purification, and July the 2nd is Visitation. I think I'm more or less able to say them. Now, the symbols in art are wearing a blue robe and veil, and also holding the infant Jesus, as you see on the picture of Lucio Filippino, Lippi Filippino. And she's the patronage of all humanity and paintings. Paintings, that is complicated. There's by El Greco, the Virgin Mary, just the Virgin Mary. El Greco, the Virgin Mary. And then by Jan van Eyck, the Ghent altarpiece, the Virgin Mary. Jan van Eyck, the Ghent altarpiece, the Virgin Mary. And then by Lippi Filippino, like the Philippines, okay. Lippi Filippino, the Virgin and Child, with angels. The Virgin and Child with angels. And then by Paolo Uccello is when Mary's presentation in the temple. Okay, more or less. And then the prophet. She's the mother of Jesus. And she has different names. For example, Madonna and Mediatrix of all graces. And Our Lady, and Queen of Heaven and Mother of God. Okay, I think I'm almost able to say that. Now, the other informations we want to include are then the story. As the mother of Christ and the only human not tainted by original sin, Mary is supreme among the saints. Okay, we're going to say that. Her devotion surpasses all, and she is patron to far more conditions, causes, and countries than any other intercessor. Despite this preeminence, Mary is usually a background figure in the Gospels. Okay, and we're going to tell. In the Gospels, it has been told about the Blessed Virgin Mary, and there is told that she is the only human being without the original sin. It was not explained so far in this book what that exactly is, so I'm not going to say. In this presentation, maybe you're going to have more information what it exactly is later. The doctrine that Mary was born without the taint of original sin, Immaculate Conception. That is also your title, Immaculate Conception. Okay, it is taught in the Gospels, and that she is without original sin, which is why she's also... Now, I don't know if that's the reason. The tradition of Anne's virtuousness, the mother of Mary, grew to a level consistent with her daughter's Immaculate Conception. Okay, only the Blessed Virgin Mary is... No. Yes, the Blessed Virgin Mary is born without... She's the only human born without original sin according to the Bible. This is yes. Her appearance begins with the events surrounding the Nativity of Jesus. While betrothed to Joseph, she is visited by the angel Gabriel. Who announces to her that the power of the Holy Spirit, to her, through the power of the Holy Spirit, she will be a son, Jesus, the Son of God. Okay, that is what is celebrated at the Annunciation Day, which is the 20th of March. Okay, Annunciation. The angel Gabriel comes to her and tells her that she, through the Holy Spirit, receives or is bearing the Son of God, Jesus. Her song of praise and thanksgiving, the Magnificat, forms a part of church liturgy. I don't know if I should include it. I don't really understand what it means. I'm not able to explain it. I could just say it. She travels with Joseph to Bethlehem, where Jesus is born, beneath a star of great portent. Okay, and she goes with Joseph together to Bethlehem, and where Jesus is born. And after a sojourn in Egypt, the Holy Family settles in Nazareth. They went for some time to Egypt, fleeing for the wrath of Herodes, but then they went back and settled near Nazareth, or in Nazareth. Mary is depicted as a loving and responsible mother. She is not afraid to question her son when, as a boy, he stays behind in the temple, after she and Joseph have departed. Although she does not always understand the purpose of his actions or of his more enigmatic utterances, such as his response at the wedding of Cana to her observation that the wine has run out, her acceptance of his messiahship is never in doubt. I think they are referring to the wine has run out. They are referring to in the Bible told story where Jesus is transforming the water into wine. I think Jesus was already an adult. So we may be just going to say that Mary is depicted in the Gospels as a loving and responsible mother, and all the rest would be too complicated, I think, to explain. Her sorrow at the foot of a cross in the final hour is the subject of numerous paintings. Her plight, I don't know what plight means. By now a widow prompts Jesus' commission of the beloved disciple to take her under his wing after he is gone. It is not explained what it exactly means, so I don't know what it means. I can assume it. My assumption is that Jesus had 12 disciples, and nobody basically said that Mary, his mother, is his beloved disciple, so that it is taken care of her, that she has a good life, even after his crucifixion. Okay, the information we want to have or include are loving and responsible mother, and maybe also she's never in doubt about the messiahship of Jesus. Maybe also, and Jesus commissioned her to be his beloved disciple. Cult of the Virgin Mary. From early times, Christians have believed that Mary remained a virgin throughout her life, and the 6th century doctrine that she was taken up to heaven in body and soul, which is the Assumption of Mary, celebrated on 15th August, was widely accepted. However, the article of faith that states that God preserved her from the taint of original sin from the very moment of conception in St. Anne's womb was debated in the Middle Ages. So, we're saying here that Christians from the early time on have believed that Mary was a virgin throughout her whole life. And we're saying now that in the 6th, that at some time, that she was born without original sin, that is by some people doubted. The reformers of the 16th century opposed the Roman Catholic Church's tendency to glorify Mary, instead emphasizing her humility. The cult of Saint Mary has become hugely popular throughout the Roman Catholic and Orthodox worlds, and includes such prayers as the Hail Mary, the Rosary, and Angelus. Maybe you're going to list them, and you're going to say, and there are many prayers addressed to Mary. For example, Hail Mary, Rosary, and Angelus. Okay, and then also as information that the two things listed here, apparitions of Mary. Many people, and children in particular, have reported seeing visions of the Virgin Mary. Supposed miracle cures are common features, and usually messages about the state of humanity, its suffering, and its lack of piety are delivered to the world through these seers. Part of her cult includes annual pilgrimages to commemorate her apparitions. For example, the Lourdes in 1885 in France and in Fatima in 1917 in Portugal. Okay, we have all the information together. We don't have time to make now our presentation, but we have them all together. And I think we are able to list them the next time. There would be 1855 in Lourdes in France and Fatima 1917 in Portugal. And the sense would be that some people are reporting that they had visions of her where she was curing of diseases, I think. And also was she telling the messages about the state of humanity, its suffering, and that there is lack of piety in the world. Okay, we have all the information together we want to have in our presentation. If you were here for Biographyology, you can go directly to the next part of Biographyology. If you stay here and participate in the Neckstretching, then it's 50 hours. Having a good and stable stance, and we're breathing in and we're lifting the arms up and reaching thereby with the fingertips as far as we can. So reach high and now also to the side. Reach again as far as you can with the fingertips again down. And again up, reach as far as you can. And again down. And now reach in front. High up, reach up with the fingertips, not just back, not just to the side, but also back. Reach as far as you can, down, and another one. Reach as far as you can. Back. And now have the feet standing together, the arms to the side, and we're doing the pose. Pretend to fly around. And also backwards. And now have the legs standing shoulder wide apart. Be tall up, shoulders back. Breathe in. And breathe out and turn the head over to one side. Only as far as it goes. Breathe again in. And breathe out and bring the chin down to the clock. Breathe in, lift the gaze. Turn the head over to the other side. Breathe again in. And out, chin down onto the clock. Breathe in, lift the head up. Turn it over to the other side again. Breathe again in. And breathe halfway out. And then circle over to the other side. Breathe again in. And halfway out. Then circle over to the other side. Back. Now have the palms of the hands together, the elbows together, and breathe in and lift the arms up. And out and down. Again, in and up. And out and down. And now have your feet standing together, intertwine the fingers behind, don't more exercise. Have your arms back, breathe in, and out and reach in front. In and back, and out and in front. In and back, and out and in front. Now the feet standing together, the fingers intertwined behind the back, tall up, shoulders back, breathe in. And out and turn the head slowly over to one side. Breathe again in. And breathe out and bring the chin down onto the cloak. Breathe in, lift the gaze. Turn the head over to the other side. Breathe again in. And out, chin down onto the clavicle, and pull with the hands down to the ground. Breathe in, lift the gaze. Turn it back into the middle. Now breathe in and lift the arms up. And breathe out, lean back and draw the shoulder blades together. Breathe in, lift the arms up. And breathe out, go again back down. In and up. And out, lean over to the side. In and up. And out, over to the other side. In and up. Or close the arms and intertwine the fingers reach high and breathe in. And now breathe out, reach in front and hold up the back. In and up. Now cross the other way around, breathe in, reach high. And breathe out, reach in front, hold the back. In and up. Out and lean with the long arms back. In and up. And out and back. In and up. And out with the hands down. Breathe in, lift the arms up. And breathe out the arms down. In and up. bring my hands to touch and bring them down to heart center. Now it was my next stitching. I thank you very much and have a next time.